Botanica in my area called Botanica El Monte Santo. So we're going to step in and we're going to meet the proprietor, the owner. Hi, Miss Ibis.
Hi, how are you? Give me
I'm
just
wonderful.
a second.
Okay.
Give me just a second. You can look around.
Okay, thank
Feel
you.
at home.
Okay.
People come in here and they don't want to leave.
Yes, ma'am.
I live in Zulu, Ohio.
Okay, we're going to look around and then she's going to explain what all of this is. Look, she got real herbs. And she's going to explain what everything does. I even saw, okay, let's see. Look at this.
There you go.
There's the Florida water.
A lot of the products, basic products for bath.
These would be for spiritual baths?
Spiritual bath. Also cleansing the house.
Okay.
Because that's very important to keep the energy positive in your house, because 8-9 hours of the day we're outside of our homes dealing with a lot of personalities and
picking
issues
up stuff.
Because hey, and then we want to come home to have a peaceful place.
Yes.
So you have to have your castle has to be at peace, has to be pure, clean.
Absolutely.
And so pretty much a lot of the things that are here, that's one of the main things of the Botanica is to have things to create a positive energy, be it physically on the person or on your house, even to clean your car.
Right, right. Okay.
You know?
I wanted to ask you about these here. What are those?
Okay, those are sticks.
Okay.
Those are different kinds of sticks because, as you know, the Africans also work with nature.
Right.
With the herbs and then certain sticks, like the tree. Let's say that tree is a tree that we need to make bath with. So we take those herbs, but the sticks we also use it. Their sticks are used to do spiritual work.
Okay.
Okay. Also, those sticks, certain sticks that are taken from certain trees. Not all the trees. You got to know
which ones.
Let's see. A famous one that is here a lot in Florida. It's called Paraíso.
Okay, I never heard of it.
Paraíso.
Probably seen it.
Yeah, and Paraíso is very good with the branches. You take it and you add Florida water to it. You sprinkle some Florida water. You blow some rum. Why rum? Because rum wakes up the spirituality and everything.
Okay.
If somebody blows some rum to you, wouldn't you jump?
Yes.
So that's you see. So and that also cuts. It gets the herb. The energy, let's say the energy that is needed to clean the house. So you blow some cigar smoke, you put some Florida water or any other cologne, and that is to make it smell good.
Yes.
And the rum is to give it the strength.
And when you say cologne, you're talking about these?
Oh, any kind of cologne. The famous one here is
Florida water.
Florida
Been
water.
looking for it everywhere.
And I've learned when I didn't know about this one. My pronunciation is terrible. But this is another good one, and I found out that this is like Florida water.
Okay.
Here in the South, they use this one a lot.
But it's small, so you don't have to use a lot. Just
No. It's that they have it big.
Oh, okay.
But this is what I have left right
Gotcha.
now. You see what I mean? But any cologne, any cologne. These are all colognes. You see,
I see.
And you can use that to clean the house, to prepare a bath.
Okay. I want to ask you a question because I see we're finding out that sage is kind of popular. Sage. Is sage something that we should utilize, or should
Sage is very good.
Okay.
Then you have frankincense.
Incense?
But for when it comes to incense,
Are those resins?
resins. When you
Resin? Because I told you
no,
we're
when
just
you,
learning.
No.
Okay.
Bear with me, because maybe I might know it in another name or say it in Spanish.
You have to put it on top of the charcoal.
Yes.
Thing? Okay, so they call
definitely.
it resins.
You call it resin, okay. The famous, there's a lot of kind of incense. What I was gonna say earlier, those stick incense, for me, those are just to
for the house,
to make it smell
but not
good.
for power.
Not to take away any negativity.
Okay.
Sage is
That's
well
good
known,
information.
very well known sage, and then you have myrrh.
Okay.
You see?
So if I bought this, how would I use this in my home?
I'll get to that.
Okay.
Too. Then you got the famous frankincense.
Yes.
Because we call this church.
Yes.
And then this is another one. It's called Three Kings.
Okay.
You say the church is for the peace.
Okay.
Sage is to take away any negativity.
Okay.
Along with myrrh.
Yes.
And Three Kings is to bring prosperity.
Okay. So if we were doing a money ritual, because we usually do money rituals every Wednesday, we burn our green candle.
Okay.
And we're still novices now.
Now, let me ask you something.
Yes, ma'am.
When you burn when you burn your candle for money, what is it that you guys do?
We typically we cleanse the candle.
You cleanse the candle.
We cleanse the candle, and we were told that white ammonia was okay, and sage. And I saw this little ammonia spirit. Is that a cleanser?
Not all the time.
Ammonia spirit.
Not all the time.
No.
Let me explain why.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. A lot of people use ammonia. Yes, that was something in the old days because ammonia cuts.
Mm-hmm.
But when you want to bring things to, that's my blend of cologne.
Okay.
Because I'm going to do my own money and love perfume here.
Okay.
but that's a good cologne also.
Okay.
Sándalo.
Sándalo.
Sándalo, that's good. Violeta, it's a lot of colognes. One of the number one things that's called hecho.
What is that?
Hecho.
Give me a second. Miss Ibis gonna teach us, y'all. Look at all this stuff.
Hello?
Wow.
Bien, bien. Te tengo que llamar para que tengo un cliente. Bye.
I wonder if that's some Santo. Oh, she got amethyst and clear quartz, calcite.
Let's see. When you guys do your money, okay, do you guys clean yourself spiritually?
No.
Right.
We should be doing that.
That's one of the first things that's the basic for anything to start.
Would that be with a spiritual bath?
A spiritual bath.
What about saging yourself? Would that be better? I mean, would that work?
Yes, but that's good for the house.
Okay.
You could do that,
Yeah.
but after a while it gets tiring,
Mm-hmm.
you know. It's like if you eat chicken every day, when you get bored.
Right.
So you have to mix things up.
Yeah.
And you should cleanse yourself every 21 days.
Really?
Pretty much.
Okay.
Has to be, let's say if you start today and you do a cleansing for 3 days in a row.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, don't do it no more until let 21 days pass.
Gotcha,
Because you
okay.
got to see how you feel and how things are moving for you.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But if you guys are all doing that, that's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
But your energy has to be right.
Yes.
And how your energy has to be right is by you. Everybody who participate is cleansing themselves.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Everything is, it is candle and it's not candle.
Okay.
Okay.
It's intentions, right?
No, the intention is good because you guys are gathering.
Mm-hmm.
But if we're gonna start anywhere, y'all should gather to connect yourself spiritually.
Right.
And how you do that by setting up a spiritual altar.
Okay. We have altars. We all have our altars.
In your own house?
Personally, in our own house.
How you have your altar in your house? Let me show you. Come in.
Okay.
I'm gonna show you mine.
Okay.
I'm gonna show you mine's here for the business.
Okay. Oh. I have a little glass of water on mine. Let's see.
This
And
is
you give
this is something.
pumpkin.
No. That's something that
Okay.
somebody had to leave there. But the spiritual altar consists of, you start with 3 glasses, 7 or 9. 'Cause those are our numbers, which represent the spirituality.
Okay.
And then, since the Africans hid behind the Christianity, because if not, we would have, who knows where the religion would have been.
Right.
You see, we honor what is done in the Catholic Church.
Okay.
So everything is a combination.
Mhm.
You need your spiritual to be at one and able to go to the second part, which is the material.
Okay.
You see, but you start off. If you don't want the cross, what's the other one? The ankh. You can put the ankh. That's okay.
I have the ankh on mine.
You can put the ankh.
Okay.
But you put 3 glasses, 7 or 9. And then why? Because the main glass but you have to have one glass bigger than the other one.
Okay.
Why? Because the main one represents the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Okay.
The line, the glasses on your right, it's all your male ancestors.
Okay.
And all the glasses on the left is all your female's ancestors.
Okay, so you got both the female and the male energies on there. Okay.
And if you have three, that's okay.
Okay.
You got the left for the male and the right for
and
the.
You would have that big one.
For the, it's like the universe.
Gotcha.
Put it
the
that
Trinity,
way.
so to speak. Okay.
The Trinity.
Gotcha. Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
You see, yeah, everything else. This is a representation of one of my spirits that protects me.
Okay.
You see.
Yes.
And then I have another entity that I work with. It's called Bombajita.
Okay.
She helps with the cases of love.
Okay.
And then I have here,
which
which is La Santísima Muerte, which is the angel of death.
Yeah. Okay, I heard
But
that.
it's not bad.
Okay.
Because they practice this a lot in Mexico.
Okay.
And it's bad because the gangsters, people who sell drugs, will go to her.
Bad name.
Right, but she is miracle.
Okay.
You see, but we
Say
took
her name again.
La Santísima
La Santísima. Okay.
Muerte.
Okay.
That's in Spanish.
Okay.
And in English is the Holy Death.
Gotcha.
You see, but not everybody has it like this. We took it. Only 5 people in Jacksonville has it like this.
Why? What
Because
do you mean has it like this?
But
like,
the way it is, this right here.
Because
the way it should be is like that. The statue.
Okay.
You see the statue?
Yes.
That's mine.
Okay.
Okay. And
let me get a close up.
You see?
Yes.
Ooh. But nobody. But we brought it to another level, as to the Santeria level.
Okay.
This things is charged. This is charged.
What is that?
This is her. This is her Santísima. But this thing's in there.
Oh.
That gives it the strength that.
Gotcha.
Because you can't do things with the statue. What you do with the statue, you put offerings there. But yeah, we took it at another level materialistically.
Gotcha. Okay.
That's why nobody has it like this. Only 5 people of us have it.
Wow. What is the is that
That's wrong.
wrong? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
She like when you're doing things with watch out in the back, with certain entities, which are the Orishas, they like rum.
I heard that.
Some like gin, some like tequila, some like whiskey,
Yes.
some like vodka.
Uh-huh.
Mine's like rum.
Okay.
So I give her offering of rum.
Gotcha.
And even the Orishas also. You see. But cause
any particular kind of rum, or
no white rum?
Any white rum?
Any white rum, You were mentioning that you guys were coming out of Christianity.
A lot of us.
Have you learned the basic of how this has, where it started?
No.
The religion coming from Nigeria?
Would that be like Ifa and things like that?
Ifa,
Yoruba.
Ocha, Yoruba.
Okay.
Okay, and because it came, what happened is that in Africa, mainly in Nigeria, it's Yoruba.
Okay.
Here it's called Santeria.
Okay.
Why?
Oh, that's the same thing?
Yes.
Yoruba and Santeria? Okay.
Yes, it's the same thing. Why is because when the blacks came over here, there were Nigerians who came here too. But what happened is it was stripped away because I'll tell you the reason why. When the blacks came to, let's say, Cuba, which one of the islands, also Haiti. Haiti was more the part of the Congo in Africa. But when it came to the Yorubas, they went to Cuba. And when they were brought to Cuba, back then the Christopher Columbus and all them came with the church. Right. The church was a big sponsor of them, and to come to the New World and for them to practice, in the name of the Queen, whatever, the Catholic Church. So, if you research, the Catholic Church is the only church that has saints.
Right.
So, look how smart were those slaves. Well, no slaves, those Africans. That when they got to Cuba, they told their masters that they were practicing the same.
They slid it by them.
To what they practice in the Catholic, they were honoring the same, but they gave it a different name.
Gotcha.
You see, And the master said, "Oh, okay, y'all doing what we like. Go ahead, go on."
But it was different,
It was
right?
different, but that's how they were able to, they hide it.
Okay.
They hid it because how can you compare? Okay, there were the Nigerians who came here, right? But here, when those Europeans who came here, they didn't bring the Catholic Church. They brought Methodists, everything but the Catholic Church.
Gotcha.
And all these other churches is only a cross. So how can you compare all these saints, or not saints, all these orishas, that's how it's called, to a cross?
Okay, so Orisha is another name for saint? Is
Yes.
It? Okay.
That's the way it is.
Okay.
The correct name is Orichas.
Okay.
You see?
Oricha.
And Santeria, the correct way is Yoruba.
Okay.
Why we call it Santeria? Because of how we merge with the Catholic Church.
Okay.
And how they honor those saints, and how they were able to compare those saints to their Orishas.
So can I ask you a question? Is the Catholic Church bad?
No, it's not.
No?
No church is bad. I don't think no church is bad. I think the people.
Right.
Corrupt. I think people should respect everybody, because if not, we would have been like communists. You got to believe in this and that's it.
Right.
You know, everybody.
So you have freedom of religion, of course.
Right. So I don't think no church is bad, because it's good. You're gonna draw on what attracts you, where you could connect.
Right.
You know, I just get disappointed when I see. It's sad to say, because in Cuba, not everybody practices it, but at least they know about it. You see what you see what I mean? And but when I came here to the state, and especially when I opened the store, that I saw a lot of Black Americans,
Right.
Put it down without really knowing,
Right.
that this is in the bloodline.
Right.
And I see it so much because I've met a lot of Black Americans that since they were little, they see things and they hear things. And what have
Well,
their
you know,
parents-
I mean, if they were Baptist, or they were if they were in a religion, they were told that this was evil.
They was evil, exactly.
Yeah.
Why
Burning
is it?
candles was evil.
Why is evil? Because that's what it was taught
Right.
generation to generation.
Right.
Because they were Nigerians.
Do you